Well folks, today we're off on another angling adventure. Bit of a later start today. It's just gone 7:45. No excuse. MSW and myself had a few beverages last night. Gotta love cold beer in a hot day. Unfortunately, what you don't gotta love is assholes on the road in the mornings. We're back off to Enniskillen as usual. We're going to pick up some bait and then we're going to hit, I'm not too sure where we're going to go this morning. I would like to get on to the airport stretch or Ely Lodge stretch, but I'm not sure if that's a possibility at the minute. But either way, I'll find somewhere to fish. I get asked a lot from the guys that's found the YouTube channel, which if you haven't liked, subscribed and left thumbs up in the comments, then clearly you're a terrible human being. You should be ashamed of yourself. But I kept getting asked about, these people were saying, do I have Facebooks and that sort of stuff. I do have a Facebook. Yes, I do have Facebook. But on my Facebook, there's quite a lot of people that are shy, shall we say. So there's, I tend to keep that for people that I know. So I started an angling blog on Facebook, an angling page. The link's in the thing below. It's purely going to be, it's purely going to reflect the content that's on the channel. So if you have questions about something that you've seen on the videos or something that you want to ask on the videos, and you're on Facebook, well then come along and ask your questions.
Right. Today's mix, folks, half and half. Half super feeder, half worm. Because I'm fishing on a platform, I need to get my platform out. It's given it to be a good day, so I need this heavy big bastard out. Let's mix the ground bait first, shall we? Before we do anything else. That way it's got time to set up. Half worm, half super feeder. And my drill is in that bag. I didn't think this through, did I? I'm wondering, do I need my spod rod today to get the place started? I wonder. Right. That'll sort that place out and sort the ground bait out. Right. I'll need bait. This is my bait bags. These are actually pretty good. Preston make them. They're for feeding up an area when you start off. So I'm thinking about using them today just to kind of get some bait out into the water. Right, here's a closer look at the rig that I use. Don't know if you can see that. But on my shock leader, I have two little beads. These are little rubber beads that hold the swivel in place. This swivel has one of those little clips they got there, so you can just slide your hook length on. Pull it down, and the hook length isn't going anywhere. Down to the end, and it's a swivel and a catch, and obviously your feeder. This is a paternoster type rig, which is different to what you have to fish when you're fishing in the some of the competitions, like the Preston Feeder Championships. You have to fish with what's called a running rig. So this rig would be illegal if you're fishing in that competition. But as I'm a pleasure angler, I can fish with what I want to fish with. Ain't nobody gonna tell me what to fish with. Fuck, how cheesy did that sound. On the bait, standard red maggots. I have to sort out the rest of the fishing station. I'm I've just literally got here. I've got set up. Well, kind of got set up. And this is about to put the first cast in. This place is usually quite good for some hybrids. So we'll soon find out if there's any locally sitting here. But either way, look where we are. Isn't it beautiful? I'm fishing with a a 4-foot hook length. And here we go. And we'll just clip up. And the line has sunk. And we'll get now everything else set up because it's a fucking shambles. A quick run through of the bait that we're using today. Here we have everyone's favourite sweet corn. We have some casters. We have worms, they're being antisocial, you can't see them. We have some hemp. We have some rather special floating maggots soaked in sweet corn or Scobie, and we have red maggots. The feed I'm using today is, well, I've showed you the feed I'm using today, you see me mix it. So that's today's bait. This is what I have soaked my floating maggots in. Some Scobie pineapple, just to give them that little sweet hint. But apart from that, that is the bait. If you go that way, you head towards Enniskillen. That island in front of us is Devonish Island. You can see the marker out there. That basically says to boats, don't cut in this side that's red, it's just too shallow. And there's another one over there, you might not be able to see it with this camera, but it's right beside that island. So there's a deep channel that runs between these two boards, these two markers, to tell boats, stay between the markers, otherwise you're going to wreck your boat. Now, some boat owners listen, others not so much. It's shaping up to be a beautiful day at the minute. I just checked the thermometer. It's 21 degrees at the minute. It's 10:30 and 21 degrees. It's going to be El Scorchio! I'm also going to be enjoying some Cuban cigars today. I have two to pick from. I have the firm favourite, Romeo and Julieta, cracking cigars, awesome cigars. And then I have a Bolivar. This was actually a gift from one of my friends called Simon. If you're watching this, Simon, I'm going to give this a go today. This man gives me the awesomest wedding presents, I swear. He gave me like a pack of about 7 or 8 really nice Cuban cigars to sample. I'll get it out of the tube later, but fact. That's not good, it's just stuck in the tube. There we go. A beautiful cigar. Now I'm going to give you a little tip when you're clipping your cigars with your cigar clipper. Where did I put it? I see people with, this is just a cigar cutter, I see people cutting cigars down here. No, don't do that. There's a little cap in here that holds the whole cigar. When the woman's rolling the cigar, it comes to a point here, and you can see there's a little circle cap. All that's what you want to take off. You don't want to cut it down here, you ruin the cigar. You just want to clip the top, only the top. And see, when you're lighting cigars like this here, don't use a Zippo, don't use a petrol lighter, because all you'll smell or all you'll taste in the back of your throat is petrol, and it's fucking awful. light it with a match. Matches are good. Or light it with a blue flame, little burner, little lighter. I'll show you what I have. I have this. This is just a little blue flame lighter. This is perfect for lighting cigars. But I'm not going to light it just yet. I'm not going to smoke it just yet. I'm going to carry on fishing a little bit, and I'll probably smoke this later on. I'm going to do something to drink first. So
here we are, fishing the glorious Lough Erne. It's a beautiful place, it really is. Usually this bay holds hybrids, but at the minute I haven't had a bite. So the plan will stay the same, continue to put bait in, and if I don't catch fish, well then shit happens, you know. But crossing the fingers that there'll be some fish out there. It's pretty grim. Not even had a bite. I'm trying to kickstart the swim by putting a lot of chopped worm, just trying to get a bite. You can't believe this. I've had a chuck about with the deeper. Where I'm fishing's right in the drop off, the cut off. So there was fish showing, but they weren't very big. Okay, it's a nice day, it's a sunny day, maybe the sun's keeping them down. It's 4 meters deep, so you know it's not that, you know, what, 4 meters, 4 threes, 12 foot. It's not the deepest area of the loch, but it was showing that there was fish there. I'm just wondering what is going on. Normally you would have had like bait, you would have had your maggots being stripped, but nothing. Nothing. They can't be still spawning. It's the end of June. One bite. Or it could have been a liner. Still, at least we're outside in the open, getting at all this nice fresh air. MSW and I are going out for a few beers tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. It's been ages since we were out. Just having a few drinks, enjoying each other's company, and taking the piss out of the normies. Holy shit, I have a fish! Woo! The first fish of the day! Not a blank! Today is not a blank! We have had 2 fish. You see me catching that roach? Now I've got a perch, about the same sort of size as the roach. I'm hoping that by dumping in that chopped worm into the area where I'm casting, it's at least kind of got fish kind of with their face in the ground looking for food. I couldn't believe how tough it was to get a bite this morning. My God, I have never seen nothing like it. I'm going to show you a little clip now of what this place can produce. Pah! Not very good at these fucking magical effects, am I? But this place on its day, you will sit here and you will bag up on hybrids. I just don't know where they are. You see, hybrids are a mixture between bream and roach. You can get mixtures between bream and rudd, but predominantly here on the Erne, it's roach and bream hybrids. Hybrids don't spawn, they're sterile, so all they do is eat and pack on muscle and fight. When you hook into a decent hybrid, they scrap. I mean, if you catch a bream, it feels like you're bringing in a wet t-shirt. You catch a roach, you get a nice wee jagged fight. Perch is a fight almost the same, well in fact it would be, it is the same as a trout. But a hybrid, they have so much power for their size and weight. They will just, especially on moving water on a river, I mean hybrids seem to know where every bloody rock and weed bed in the river is. They will try and drag you into it and get off. But this place, with hybrids especially, it usually is quite good. I mean, there's a bay up here to my left. That's where there's the bream and the roach tend to spawn. If you head down that direction, you're heading down towards the Patora lock gates. The bream will go in to Enniskillen town to a spawning bay, shall we say. I'm not going to name where the fish are because you only end up with arseholes camped out on it. But anyone that fishes the Erne on a regular basis knows where the fish spawn on the Erne. So this place is kind of like a throughway. They done a fish survey of the Erne, and generally it was fucking depressing. But they did turn around and say there was things like bream tend to travel. The whole system, bream will travel up and down the system. Hybrids tend to stay in one small geographical area, which means you'll get pockets, you'll get shoals of hybrids stuck to specific areas. Normally that's pretty good because normally there's a shoal of hybrids stuck here, but no idea where they are today. I can see a ton of little fry swimming at the around about my keep net. Like, I think they are roach fry, because you've seen them, but every now and then there'll be like a little turn, it'll be like a little silver flash. So with those little things, everything will gorge on them because they're just so much protein. I mean, you'll see. I remember catching pike, and as I was unhooking it, it kind of coughed up. I mean, hundreds of little fry about 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. That's what these are. So the whole system eats these little fry. Even the roach and the bream will gorge on them. Oh Jesus Christ! What the fuck was that? I think that was a hybrid. That near took the fucking rod off the rest. No, it's a nice perch. Wow. He definitely wanted it. Fix that in a minute. But there you go. Oh, shit. Nearly got away. There you go. Perch. If I'm catching them all day, I'll be happy enough, but he fucking definitely wanted it. And they ripped the rod off the wrist. While we're having a lull in the action, I'm going to show you how I sort out my hooks. Because we fish for coarse fish, they're using spade end hooks, spade hooks. These don't have an eye. You probably won't even be able to see that there. It's a little tiny spade. Now, coarse fishing on rivers and on lakes and still waters, it can differ from where you're fishing. Sometimes you'll fish with a hook length that's this long. If you're method feeder fishing, for example, you're only going to fish with a short hook length. But if you fish it here in a natural environment, you could have a 3, 4, 5 foot long hook length. So, how do I make these hook lengths? Well, I'm glad you asked. It's dead easy. You get yourself one of these. These are the little hook tire. They're about £2 on eBay. Dead easy, no big shakes, nothing expensive. And then you tie on your, you use your line to tie your hook length. Now, I'm using a fluorocarbon. That's what I'm using. It's just over £7 in breaking strain. And it's at 0.25 millimeters. I'm beginning to use a lot more fluoros and fluorocarbons because they seem to, in my feeder fishing, your feeder's going to hit the bottom and then your hook length's going to straighten out. If you've got a soft hook length, it's just going to ball up. Whereas because the fluorocarbon's a little bit stiffer, it kind of pushes your bait away from your feeder. So if it's coming through the water, because it's a little bit thicker too, it has a great hang time in the water. So you could have your feeder on the bottom discharging its feed and your bait slowly coming down behind it, giving the fish the time. When you're fishing for hybrids, you're basically trying to catch the fish on the drop. As soon as your feeder hits the bottom, you're wanting the hybrid to smash those maggots before they hit the deck. If today was like a usual day for this place with hybrids, you'd be casting out, the feeder would hit the bottom, you'd take the slack out of the line and then count back from 10, you'd have a wraparound bite and you're on to another hybrid. When you do get a big school of hybrids, there's no point dicking around with a small hook length. There's no point having 4 pound, 5 pound hook lengths. 7 would be the minimum I would use, and I would step up as high as 0.30, which is 10 pound, and break-in strain. You can't bully these fish enough. You just have to get them in, and you have to kind of be ignorant with them. Otherwise they'll go straight into weeds behind rocks and they'll just make a mess. So when you're fishing and you're catching hybrids, you have to kind of hit and drag them away. There's no point messing around with them. So tie in this hook length. You take the length of the line. I know this is probably kind of crap showing you out here, but you make a loop at the end, loop, loop. The loop goes onto the first little nail like that there. And then you just twist it round. Thread the loop back into the first eye. Press it down. Start to slowly pull. You'll hear the hook pull out of the hook tire. And then you just have to pull it tight. But there you go. There's your hook tied. My hooks that I use tend to be from size 10 to size 14 for the feeder fishing. I don't go lower than a 14, mainly because tying size 14 hooks is a pain in the ass. And I usually make these in the house so I can throw all the little bits of clippings in the bin. Just watching the tip. There doesn't seem to be a pile of action today. So when you've got your hook tied to your mono hook length, I'm going to show you a little secret, a little trick that I use. It's a very technical, a very, very top secret trick, super technical. This is it here. Now to the untrained eye, it just looks like a plastic stick with 2 prongs in it, but you'd be wrong. These 2 prongs are 12 inches apart. So there's a little hole in the end. You put your hook in one end, magic. This line has fallen into the water. I'm going to pause this and be back to you.
Back again. This is why I don't tie hook lengths on outside, because you're full of hook length material. Decides to go for a wee swim. You have to fucking wrestle with it to find it because it went under the platform, just to be that extra bit of a pain in the dick. Anyway, here we are. Our very technical stick. This, believe it or not, began its life as a cheap plastic coat hanger and a pack of 10 from, I think it was Home Bargains. But from here to here, like I said, it's 12 inches. So you just take your hook, you put it in the hole in the end, like that there, and you wrap it around. So, come on, you fucking pain in the arse. I'd be no good at this demonstrating for TV crap, right? So we wrap it around 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 5. Now at 5, that makes a 5-foot long hook length, which is what I want for this place here. So now you take your scissors and you trim the end. And we're getting the boat, people. Magical. So there you have your 5-foot long hook length. The good thing about a 5-foot long hook length, if you're fishing at 5 foot and the fish start to get more confident, you can shorten it down to 4 foot. But I tend to start at about 5 and work my way back. 5 is easy enough to fish with. It's not so much of a pain in the arse. If you're fishing with anything longer than a 5-foot hook length, casting it can be an absolute pain in the arse. And that noise you hear in the background are the jet skis. A good friend of mine that I grew up fishing with, he kind of taught me how to fish. Good guy, top guy. Guy by the name of James Stewart. Really good guy. James coined the phrase jet-propelled wankers one day. And I think I was about 15 when he started using that phrase, and it stuck. Now you've got your hook length, you have to find somewhere to put the damn thing. You just can't leave it lying about and on the ground. It'll get caught up and it'll get snagged and stuff, and it'll be a pain in the arse. So I have these little things from Preston Innovations. They're great because you can tie your hooks to them and you can write on them what you're using, what hooks, what length, what break-in strain of hook length. Good idea. I think Preston might have borrowed it from the beach fishing, the sea fishing world, because I know the surf guys had something made by a company called Tonics or Tronics for years, and it was really good. And to use this, all you do is you put the hook into the foam and you just wrap it around the foam. Until you come to the loop, and the loop just slides on to the front of this. You just tighten it up like that, and that's it, storing your hook lengths. I'm going to write on this with my marker pen if I can find the damn thing. It's not a bite.
we could have had a bite there, folks. You know, because the action's been so fucking amazing today. No, it's not a bite. It's been grim. 3 fish. Anyway, so on here you write your hook length, that is 5 foot. Your hook type, which is the N20s from Preston. These are like, how would I describe them? If you were bagging up, you wouldn't use these hooks because they'd be a bit thin. You would switch to a heavier gauge wire. But if you're just generally fishing like I am today and you're scratching around for stuff, these are the perfect sort of wire. You know, they're not too abrasive, they're not too thin. They hold their point, they stay sharp, they're easy to tie. These are the N20s. A good make a hook. There you have it. Now I'll probably go home and tie up. I bought 3 packets of them, so that's well, it's quite a few hooks. So I'm going to have to go home and tie up a load of hook lengths, but I'll do that at home. I won't do it tonight because I'm going out for a few beers tonight, because I deserve a few beers. (3:15). It is an absolutely glorious day, beautiful day, but it's not an angling day. I think we're going to call time on this and take a slow drive home, then slip into the dancing shoes and go and party with the wife. Don't get me wrong, it's always good to be out fishing, but today has just been absolutely brutal. Oh well, can't catch 100 pound every time. Today was hard work. Hard work. The grand catch today, 3 fish. A roach. Perch. And another perch. This one's trailing into my pocket. And it's away. What a day.